Well, hello, and thank you for joining me for another ITY video. Today, I'm at CTIA Super Mobility 2016 in Las Vegas, and with me I have Matthew Roberts, Head of Marketing, Big Data and Strategic Innovations at Amdocs. Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
So I thought we'd start at the beginning, where I always like to start, and just ask you to please tell us about what Amdocs is and what it's doing in 2016.
So Amdocs, we specialise in telecommunications. That's our main focus, and the service providers around the world. We're a company of 30,000 employees with annual revenues of close to $4 billion a year.
Mm-hmm.
It's an amazing time for Amdocs right now. We're entering into new lines of businesses. We're helping our customers globally with a whole manner of different products, solutions and services.
Mm-hmm.
So this is basically what we do.
So, and you were giving a keynote presentation today?
I was giving a keynote presentation at the Big Data event, which is partners with CTIA.
Sure. And what was the short version of what you were talking about there?
I was basically talking about data empowerment. How do you become a data-driven business?
Which we can see behind you right there, data empowerment.
Yeah, right here, yeah. And I mean, you know, there's a lot of talk in the industry about becoming data-driven, data-centric.
Sure.
And basically the way we look at it is data is the oil of the 21st century. Data is the fuel that will be driving our customers to improve the customer experience, enter new lines of business. You can't become a digital organization without using data or big data.
And there must be a lot of analytics within that as well.
So yeah, the analytics is there as well, of course, but I think, you know, with this whole big data subject, a lot of people move straight to the analytics. What you've actually got to do is, where is the data? How do I find the data? Extract the data, make the data analytical ready, and then apply the analytics. So analytics is very much part of our portfolio, but also the whole enablement, using that data and getting it ready for our customers.
So what are the main themes of your stand here at CTIA, and what are the key themes you want people to walk away with?
Well, we want people to realise and understand that Amdocs has a multi-faceted portfolio. You know, obviously, digital is key to our strategy and our portfolio, helping our customers become digital, helping our customers...
That whole digital transformation piece that is so popular.
It is, yeah. Being able to, you know, the poster childs of digital are the companies like Uber, Facebook, Google, Airbnb that we hear every day. So our customers, the service providers, want to become digital as well. So we're there to help them in that transformation, providing personalised, contextualised experiences to help them become digital.
Now, there's also things you're doing in the IoT space and more. Tell us about that.
Well, there's a whole, you know, it's one of the big buzzwords, IoT as well, right? In fact, although I head up the marketing for big data, as of last year, well, for the last 2 years, big data was at the top of the hype cycle from Gartner.
Yeah.
I was really annoyed that last year it was knocked off that perch by IoT, right? And this year, actually, it's machine learning that's at the top of the hype cycle. But again, IoT is the killer app for big data. Okay, in order to really have a full Internet of Things solution, you have to be utilising the data. So making our customers data empowered is a fundamental step in being able to deliver IoT to them. We have a whole IoT portfolio as well as a connected home division, which is really interesting, helping our service providers offer their customers connected home solutions in the house. So that's,
and what might some of those things be in the connected home space?
Well, it's enabling our customers to provide services like security, you know, putting remote sensors, cameras in the home, thermostat control, elderly, being able to monitor your elderly relatives and through your smartphone. So enabling that whole solution as well.
And who are some of your local customers in the US and customers, for example, in Australia that people would recognise and go, oh yeah, well I'm doing business with them already?
Well, we pretty much work with every service provider across the world, so we'll be meeting a lot of the North American customers as well, but we've also got a strong foothold in Australia with Optus, Vodafone and all the guys down there, so it's a very important region for us.
And are you able to mention any projects you're working with those guys, Optus and Vodafone, or is it top secret?
It's top secret right now.
Okay, no, I understand. I can always ask. So is there any other aspect of what Amdocs is doing globally in 2016 that you want to mention to the people watching right now?
I think there's 4 areas that we want to focus on as an organisation. Data empowerment, which I talked about. Network is a key area. Not a lot of people know that Amdocs made some acquisitions a couple of years ago of Amdocs and Cellsite. We're a big player in the network space, specifically around software-defined networks and network function virtualization. We announced a solution on Network Cloud Service Orchestrator 2 years ago. So we're leading the way with NFV as well. Also, digital transformation, we touched on that before. That's a key pillar of what we're doing at Amdocs. And also, new areas. We talked about Internet of Things. There's a whole space in advertisement, entertainment.
Any M2M stuff?
Well, M2M we've had an M2M solution for quite some time, and our IoT offering is essentially an evolution from what we were doing in the past in M2M.
So how do you think the whole market will evolve over the next decade? I mean, I know it's crystal ball stuff, and if you knew you'd be in the Bahamas or
whatever. I think in my career, I've always been. Well, I mean, you work in this business as well. You know how fast things change. And I think
we underestimate how we overestimate and we underestimate. There's some famous quote about that.
Yeah, exactly. One thing that I'm particularly interested in at the moment is artificial intelligence. And I read something the other day which kind of, as a movie buff as well, I was like, wow. And that was, the cognitive computing and being able to even make a trailer for a movie through artificial intelligence just by a computer watching a movie.
Yeah.
So I think artificial intelligence, machine learning, the Internet of Things, all driven by big data, of course, I have to mention. But I think there's some. It's such a fascinating industry to work in, and the pace of change. And I think we're very lucky.
Yeah. Oh, look, we are incredibly lucky to be living in the technological era. I think back 100 years, and people must have been amazed at the first cars and planes, but they all pale into insignificance compared to what we do today. And yet, I like to tell people that for all our advancements, we're still in the black and white era of technology compared to our science fiction dreams. So it's an exciting time. So my second last question is always the same. I like to sort of change gear a little bit and just ask if you can share some great advice you've received or the best piece of advice you received in your life to help you get to where you are today.
I think a piece of advice is never be complacent. Not in technology. And I remember one of my first bosses telling me this when my first job was at Nortel Networks back in the day when the internet was just
kicking off.
Started kicking off. It was never be complacent. Not in this industry. Never think that what you've
done or achieved or got is the bee's knees, because 5 seconds later someone's got a better version.
You've got to keep moving, and you've got to keep changing.
Yeah, and keep striving to create the next.
Exactly.
So, do you have any final messages for ITY viewers and readers, and for your current and future customers?
I think 2016 and as we go into 2017 is a super interesting, fascinating, exciting time, particularly for Amdocs. And I think there'll be some real interesting announcements next year from Amdocs in all those areas that we talked about, so stay tuned.
Matthew Roberts, thank you very much and best of luck for the future.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.